Okay. What are you waiting for, babe? What's going on, y'all? What the hell is she waiting for?
I'm waiting for you.
Waiting for me to say what?
Welcome back, like you always do.
No, what's going on, y'all?
Welcome back.
I don't say welcome back, welcome back. Hey, I'm Jeffrey.
I'm Krystal, and you're just chilling with JK. We are a married couple
with 3 beautiful kids
from Brooklyn, New York. Come chill as we discuss
whatever the we want. What's going on, y'all?
Welcome back to our podcast.
Yes, it's the new year. You guys are watching this in the new year, but this is December 30th, just to be specific. We're still in 2022 here.
Yes, and we thought that since we have 2 visitors from New York City,
yes,
we thought, we would have them on our episode. And because they are newly engaged. Clap.
You go right to the point.
Clap. Clappity, clap, clap, clap. So we have Jason and Montana, my sister and her fiance. And they've been together for 10 years.
Yes.
And basically, we just wanted to do kind of like a couples question, like who knows each other best? Is it the married couple or is it the engaged couple?
Yeah.
And I have a series of questions that I'm going to ask, and pretty much we'll just all answer it. But basically we're answering it based on what the other person would say.
Yes.
And so before we even start, let's talk about how did you know my sister was the one for you?
And bear with us, we swapping mics back and forth. So, yeah, I'm limited resources.
That's actually a tricky question. It took a long time for me to know that she was the one for me. Because it took 10 years to propose, and there were a lot of up and downs after year 5. So I've seen how much me and her have grown in the last 2 years alone. I feel like the pandemic changed a lot of things. Not to bring it up, but it changed a lot of things and my perspective on life and how life is too short. And a lot of the things that I was unsure about, like marriage and kids, my perspective on that changed over time. So, I went from seeing her every weekend to basically spending almost every single day with her, and we're doing all these things, going on trips together and planning this and planning that. And I'm like, okay, this is the woman I want to build my life with and everything. Because marriage is a scary thing to me. My dad, he said he doesn't believe in marriage. My mom has never been married. So I think my biggest fear was I don't want to marry this girl and then boom, something goes wrong and there's a divorce or, marital troubles and then we both miserable and all that. So over time I grew to learn I've gotten advice from some close friends who are actually married, and actually one of my coworkers' husband who gave me some advice as well. He's like, you just gotta. Marriage is great. It's tricky, but it's great. And a friend of mine, he said that you can't be afraid of marriage because it's not about you see it as a failure. If let's say you guys get divorced, you see it as a success to. I was able to make it work with this person for this amount of time. So after all that time and that advice, a lot of internal back and forth with myself, I'm like, I'm just going to, take the leap because I do love her very much. More than everything, that's like my other half, literally. So that's how I felt that she was the one. It was
a struggle. Are you blushing?
No, it's just funny.
Why?
Not funny, but oh, sorry. It's not it's not funny. It's just, he don't really talk this deep. That's why it's so shocking. Yeah.
I'm literally being put on a spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, It wasn't easy to make this decision, but overall, I'm really happy that I made this decision. And it's still taking some getting used to because I realize now the next step is going to be a lot more planning and everything, and a lot of things in my life is going to change. So I don't regret any decisions. I'm very happy she said yes, even though I knew she was going to say yes. But yeah, that's how I knew she was the one for me.
He has, he said something like that too. Like, he knows I'm going to say yes, but it's still like, is she going to say yes? Like, it's kind of like, is she going to tell me no? You know? So he kind of felt the same way too when he proposed. But you can also explain to the people, how did you know I was the one for you?
I just knew. Like, no, I would say, like, I never really had to think too much about, like, you know, staying committed to you. I think I was ready before you were even ready. So it's just like, I don't know what to explain. Like, you probably just hit everything that I was looking for at that time, where you was just like independent, but at the same time allowing me to step forward to be the lead. And I think right around the time when we was in LA, when we thought we were pregnant, I was just like, yeah, she's pregnant, and I was excited about it. And like, obviously that was a miscarriage, but I just knew at that time, like, okay, she's the one that I'm locking down, because, you know, we went through that journey together. And that's pretty much was everything, because at that time we were already like 6-7 years together, and it took us to live together to finally like seal the deal for me. So yeah, I am mushy like Jason though.
Jason, your story was beautiful.
My shit was like, yeah. I just knew, but yeah, it was around that time though, for sure.
Okay, so now that you got to know us a little bit, I'm going to dive into the questions. We have 10 questions, and each couple is going to answer for their spouse. And so basically they're going to say, well, no, you're wrong, or yes, you're accurate. Okay? And then the other person is going to do the same for their spouse, and then we'll go. So the first question is, what's my favorite color? So the guys can all go first, and then the girls will go.
I thought it was a ladies first situation.
Nope, it's the guys first. But honestly, I feel like Jeffrey will know more of the answers than I would.
We'll see.
Oh, Tana's favorite color is red.
And then I think say what his favorite color is.
You have to say, is he right?
Oh. My favorite color, well, it's like very difficult. So I'm gonna say yes, you're right. But like I don't think I like just red. Like I like those like burgundy.
Like this burgundy
Yeah.
on my skirt?
Yeah, like I like colors that are like within the primary colors, like red, but the different variants of like red, different variants of green. So I would say yes, you are correct. I think your favorite color is, if it's not obvious already in the video, black. Everything you own is black. It's like I sometimes have to convince you to buy other colors because I'm just curious to know what other colors would look like on your skin tone, because you're always in black.
Okay, she's correct about that, but there's also blue and gray. If I'm not wearing black, I'm wearing those other two colors.
And those would be your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the lightest color she's ever seen me in was green.
What?
A green shirt, yes, that's it.
I don't think I've ever seen him in a green shirt.
Right? See?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I can't talk because it will sound weird on the mic, but yours is lavender like a purple lavender color. So it's been, I painted the damn walls of her room the damn colors she like. And yeah, that's the only color that I know for sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm correct.
Yes, you're accurate. But also, we did paint her room burgundy, and your carpet was burgundy. So I don't know what Jeffrey's favorite color is. I don't know. Honestly,
To be fair, I feel like he doesn't even have a favorite color.
I feel like he don't have a favorite
You
color
don't
either.
strike me as someone that has a favorite color.
I don't have a favorite color. And on top of that, I'm leaning towards like more pastel colors. Like it's more on the lighter end. And black works too, you know, especially in this phase in my life, you know. I just like wearing sweatpants. Well, I'm tired of wearing sweatpants now. But, you know, got to bring down the waist.
What does that have to do with black?
I'm just saying. This is black.
Okay.
Sweatpants go with everything.
So the second question is, what did I want to be as a kid? So that's the question, and then you got to answer.
I did.
So what did I want to be as a kid?
I don't think you've ever told me that, actually. Now that I actually really think about it, you never told me what you wanted to be as a kid. I'm like, is that a five or is that a question?
I know.
Oh, okay, you know.
Hey, I'm just saying I can answer.
I like legit. I don't think she's ever told me what she wanted to be as a kid.
I remember Tanner wanted to be a lawyer. So
Okay, I should have known that answer. You was a part. No, because in high school she was a part of the law.
the law thing,
Yeah.
I remember she saying she wanted to go a lawyer, and then it switched to teacher, like almost like midway.
So as long as I've known her, she's wanted to be a teacher, basically. I guess.
Yeah.
Or did you want to be a lawyer in the first half of our relationship?
I feel like everybody growing up probably thought I would end up being a teacher because of like my mannerisms, but it always bounced, I think, between like lawyer and teacher. And then it wasn't until I went to high school, I was in the law program. Like it was really awesome. It was amazing. But the last leg of the law program was like this mentorship portion of it where you like went to schools to like teach kids about like law. So the kids and I we wrote a script about like a courtroom trial, and around this time I think Frozen had just came out, if that puts in perspective of the time period for you. Frozen had just came out, and so the kids picked a Frozen, and it was all about like, I think it was like Who Murdered Olaf. They were fourth graders, by the way. Like it was like Who Murdered Olaf or whatever. And so like they got to pretend to be like witnesses in courtroom things. And then I realized, I was like, I thought about it. I was like, you know, and like when you're thinking about like college and like thinking about like paying for like law school, all those things, I was like, and like you start doing research, like what are some, like, do I really want to be that? And I was like, so it's like two things. So the first thing was I really enjoyed working with the children to write and create something that was really fun. And then the second thing was like the big book they gave us. This is the time period. I don't think they'd even do this anymore in high schools. They gave a really big book about all the jobs and like the projected like openings for these kinds of jobs. So because in New York City, this is around the time New York City was beginning to start like pre-K for all. So it's like the projected idea was that they were going to need a lot of teachers to fill pre-K for all. So that's just to give you guys an idea of what was going on in New York City during this time. And that's when I made the shift. So it was those two things that caused the shift.
Well,
so
that was smart.
Jason doesn't get a point though.
He does not get a point.
That was strategic.
It was.
Very
I
strategic.
think, I could be wrong, but I think that you always wanted to be a police officer.
Call the po-po.
Yeah, she's not lying. I think like in 7th grade, I wanted to be a police officer.
5-0.
I went to school actually, well, college before I dropped out for criminal justice and everything. But after seeing everything that went down during the pandemic between the police and like the general public, I was like, I'd have probably retired immediately. So Tana's not wrong. I just ended up going where life takes me. So, you know, I'm in a good spot now, but she's 100% correct. I wanted to be a cop.
Got it. Fashion designer, man. I ain't got time to waste.
Yes, he's accurate. When he was a kid, what did he want to be? A basketball player for the NBA.
No, wrong.
Dang.
Wrong.
Oh no, I'm wrong. He wanted to be a weather forecaster.
No.
A meteorologist?
Meteorologist.
was
But
my
I lost it because obviously that wasn't my first.
Nah, you wasn't. You didn't lose it. You didn't lose it. Yeah, I did definitely want basketball. Kind of distracted me from pursuing everything else that I wanted to pursue. But at first, I wanted to be an architect. That was number one on my list. And then I was like, oh, a meteorologist would be a cool thing to do. Once I started learning about the signs and all of that and what it means and watching the news and seeing them do it, I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, and like I had a thing for wearing suits. I was like, you're wearing a businessman suit and going into the office and like seeing this corporate eye and thing like I wanted that to be my swag on a daily. But yeah, I fell in love with the camera though. And basketball kind of distracted me into, you know, wanting to play ball too. But all in all, number one, architect. Second thing was meteorologist. Third thing is NBA. And she's trying to get me. So she gets to say the next question.
No. I was going to ask Jason, what made you not, pursue becoming a cop before the pandemic?
Definitely was dropping out of college. So
You need a college degree?
yeah, but it's
So Jeffrey and we had that was a mini argument of ours.
Yes.
And so
I did my research.
he said, because we were talking about police officers, and for some reason I was like, no, all you need is a high school diploma. And he was like, no, you need a college degree. And I was like, I don't think so. I definitely don't think so. I feel like I saw somewhere all you needed was a high school diploma and maybe some credits, but not a degree. But he said a degree. So
oh yeah, no, like in seventh grade we only needed a high school diploma, but actually Mayor Bloomberg changed it because he knew a lot of cops didn't know how to read and write. So he changed the requirements to an associate's degree. Yeah. And I think one time I was actually buying food in my neighborhood and there was a cop in a Chinese store and me and him had a conversation. He said they were trying to get it pushed to a bachelor's degree. And like the police union was trying to block it because it was like, it'll take forever to get new cops on the street and everything. So they changed the requirements like when Bloomberg was mayor, which sucked because I'm like, oh, I love going to the force right after high school, skip out on college and just go straight into the force.
Got it. And so because you dropped out of college and you needed an associate's degree, so then you couldn't apply.
Yeah, I couldn't. So the only way I'm going to be a cop is you either go into the military and then when you're out, you can jump, or you just go to one of the states that just don't require an associate's degree.
Which is here.
Which is actually here, yes.
Oh, wow.
So if we move here, if we move here, I already got an idea of what I can do.
No.
Call the popo.
I don't think she would want you to be a police officer.
Clack, bad officer.
She'll be too worried.
Not here, no.
She'd be too worried.
Not in this state.
I feel like it'd be worse in New York, but
No, not in this state. I feel
This
like
state is a carry state. My cousin told me a story. I'll tell you off camera. My cousin told me a story on his first day on duty, bro. I was like, nah, I cannot. I will not. I wouldn't even think of being a cop. He retired early. He was out. He said, listen, I'm done. Peace out. For a reason. And I was just like, yeah, that makes sense, bro. I would have left the first day.
I also feel like you think New York City is bad because you think it's a city, but you have to think about like if we were to use like this area as an example without saying the area, like this state as an example.
Yes.
It's a state that's built on forest. So if you think about it, I'm like, a lot of these homes are in the back of nowhere. So it's just like, can you imagine being on a patrol and let's say you're not really familiar with the area, or you are, but it's still in the woods. Yeah. Like some of these houses are in plain woods.
You're in the boomies.
Yes. Yeah. Like Atlanta is pretty much a city built in a forest. Yeah. So it's just like, I don't know that. Yeah, it is. It's basically a city that's built within a forest. That's why it has so much beautiful greenery here and stuff like that. So it's just like, it's a beautiful state, but I don't think it's a state that you'd want to be a police officer in. At least with New York City, you can at least anticipate and see almost every cut and corner. But here, you can't really anticipate every cut and corner because, once again, it's bushes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the third question is, if I could have any animal as a pet, what would it be?
I forgot. She said the name of it, the proper name of it. I'm gonna just say Dachshund because that's the one I know. But it's like the wiener dogs. But there's an actual name for it that I just completely forgot. She told me and Jeffrey the other day.
Yeah,
too.
she
I just
did.
forgot
She
the name,
did.
but
And
I
I
know
forgot the
I
name
know what
too.
dog it is. I just the name is wrong. So I just say Dachshund wiener dog. That's basically what she would have.
I feel like that answer is wrong.
No, hold on. Talking about. I'm gonna jump in. That's my little sis. What you would call it? I'm gonna say bearded dragon.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the answer. I didn't know the name of it.
Bato, bato, wash.
Or even a snake that she said.
Okay. There was a snake in the parking lot the other day.
No, she was saying the snake. She was saying that she wanted a snake. Remember, she was like, and then I was like, oh, the Grey's Anatomy episode, and it got bigger and bigger. Why would you want a snake, Montana?
I can also say I am still partially right because she wants a variety of animals.
She does.
In the
She
last
does. You're
2
right.
years, she's been vocal about bearded dragons and snakes, but she has also been very vocal about those dogs as well.
Yeah, I feel like the dog was more long term, especially after like Raga died and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
It's I think it's dachshund. That's how you
Yeah,
say it.
yeah, yeah. I think so. Yeah,
Dachshund.
yeah.
Is he getting a point or not?
Yes. So dachshund, bearded dragon, and a ball python. And it's funny, the Grey's Anatomy episode, because was talking about, I don't think that was like a really big snake that they had that was able to shoot them. But I don't know if that really can happen in real. Maybe it can. I don't really know. But ball pythons are very docile. So if you want a snake, that's the snake to get.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't want no snake.
Oh, I forgot that we were playing like that for a brief second. I think you've always wanted a dog, right? I don't know what kind of dog. I don't think a husky. There we go. You've always wanted a husky.
Locked in. She caught that
but
clutch.
after visiting my best friend back in October, he has a husky now. Yeah. They're too vocal for my liking. Like I like them; they're very sweet, but they're too vocal, so I'd probably get annoyed of them always.
Yeah, I had told Jeffrey about that.
Oh yeah. I remember. Yeah, I remember the TikToks Tana was showing.
They're like very vocal. I prefer a dog that's not going to be barking or making noise all the time.
Yeah.
So she's correct though.
What was the question? A pet?
The question is, if I could have any animal, if I could have any animal as a pet, what would it be?
Like it's dog.
Yeah, it's the dog for sure.
So simple.
Yeah.
Any kind of dog?
No. I don't know what kind of dog, but it can't be no any kind
Oh,
of dog.
God.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you had like a specific breed.
No, she likes the breeds that I like.
Okay.
She's okay with those.
I don't have a preference, but thank you for giving me the answer. The Doberman Pinscher, the one that's black, right?
It looked like a Rottweiler, but it's like
Yeah.
a small version.
That's the dog he wants, and I was gonna actually say Rottweiler.
I want a Rottweiler.
We went to a pet store. We weren't buying anything. We just were in the mall, and they had a pet store, and we just went in there. But I was like,
This little Rottweiler was like...
he was so adorable. $6,000. It also comes with insurance and like a whole package. But I just feel some type of way about buying a dog
At a mall.
at a mall. And also, I just felt like we could go to a shelter and, get a rescue.
That's actually something I've been like considering. Like, if I don't get the bearded dragon or the ball python, but then it's like, if we go away, where's the dog gonna go? We're gonna watch
At
the
a
dog.
hotel, a pet hotel. They have those now.
They do.
Noelle can watch the dog. Give him
Oh,
some joy.
right. Yeah. But I just feel some type of way. Like, I just feel like, I guess because I watch too many PETA Instagram posts. So it's like, I just feel like we could get one at a shelter. And plus also, I've never bought a dog. We got Raga from a friend who ended up having puppies and giving it away. So it was like, like buying it's like,
Onyx too.
and Onyx. Yeah. So it was just like, I can't just pay $6,000 for a dog. I just don't see it happening. But, so do we get a point? Yeah.
You didn't answer mine.
Yes, I did.
You said me? Dog too?
Yeah.
You didn't answer me.
Yes,
Oh.
I did. I said,
I
thank you
didn't.
for telling me the answer. Doberman, but I was going to say Rottweiler.
Oh. Okay.
Do we get a point? Is that a point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. So, just so we know, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're winning. The engaged couple is winning. It's because of me. It's because of me. So number 4 is, what's my favorite trip I've taken?
Oh, damn.
Kisa?
I told you it's gonna get harder. I told you it's gonna get harder.
It's mostly tricky because of the trips her and I have taken in the last 2 years. I do want to say Philly, but I know it's not Philly. I think it's when she went to Cancun back in August, because she was very excited about trying that and like going away for the first time, even though she was nervous. So yeah, I'd say her going to Cancun was her favorite trip by far. No shade to coming to see the kids and you guys, but
Oh, no,
yeah,
no.
you know,
You're good.
I could be wrong, but you.
Yeah. I feel like when you said that, I had to think, because I think for a while Philly was top number 1 because that was a really fun trip the first time going. But I feel like with Cancun, I feel like I did things I never thought I would do. Like I went zip lining, I went parasailing, I went on a boat ride, I drove a boat. Like those are things I probably would never do because I'm timid Timmy. So it's definitely tied for those two. So I would say yes, Cancun is like, it took over Philly. So Philly jumped down to the number 2 spot.
Nice.
Oh, your favorite trip? Oh Lord. This is a tough one. I want to say Philly as well, or it could be coming to Georgia because you learned how to drive and you are still at a point where you really love driving and you like driving in nice scenery. So I feel like it's a tie between those two and I can't pick one to give you a final answer.
Final answer.
Well, then I'm going to have to say Philly. I'm probably wrong, but I'm going to say Philly.
I'm going to say she's right only because we've only been to Philly how many times so far? Twice. Mm-hmm. And we're probably planning to go for a third time, maybe for my birthday for the weekend this upcoming year. The reason why I'm not saying Georgia is because for the last going on 3 years, I have been down here, I think, a total of 5 to 6 times. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was coming down before we even moved down.
Yeah, so it was like November
Crazy.
2020, February 2021, February 2022,
November.
July 2022,
November.
August 2022,
Oh.
November 20. Yeah, I've been coming down here a lot. I think the only thing I like about Georgia is that since I got my license in between, I do actually enjoy driving out here, even though people are... The way they merge out here is crazy, but like I do enjoy like looking at the greenery and driving on the roads and just driving 70 instead of going 35 on a highway in New York. So, but she's correct. Philly is definitely like taking the cake.
And
This is kind of funny because I feel like every other question before, I feel like I knew the answer for both parties. And this one, I have no clue what the answer could be for either party.
I'm going to say Cancun before we got pregnant with Lou.
I think that's accurate because, again, we went to zip lining. We went to the what is it called? The underground caves.
Yeah, you made me dive in that
cenote.
thing.
We did
It's like, this shit is tripping. I don't even know how to swim.
the RV.
Shorty out
We
here
did.
diving.
Then we ate as much as possible.
I was 338 pounds.
You
bro.
lying.
Eating, I ate
You lying.
everything.
And this is before we were vegan.
I ate
The guy just kept
everything
bringing
in sight.
everything
I ate
to
the
us
whole
because it was
menu
like
every time I sat down.
it was
Every
like
time I
a
said, yeah, I want that.
it was like a what was it called? All inclusive.
Liquor. I was like, listen. I told the dude, yo, yeah, let me get that, and that. Everything on the menu, I tried.
Can I just say though, the food in Cancun was amazing because
Yeah.
anyone who y'all know me, I don't like avocado like that.
Yeah.
I ate so much guac because it just tasted different there. Even the ketchup tasted different.
Yeah, it did. It did.
So I don't blame you. The food in Cancun
Man.
and in Mexico in general, it just tastes better.
I ate everything in sight. Everything. And the liquor. What? Even though it
Oh,
wasn't
yes,
top
liquor.
shelf.
Yeah.
It wasn't top shelf, but it worked.
Yeah, I think his favorite trip was his Miami trip with his friends. Yeah, he went to Miami and they partied.
Hell no.
No?
No, man.
I just have one question, and if you're on the internet a lot, I just have one question for you, Jeffrey.
What?
Are you still friends with those people that you went to Miami with?
Oh man, Miami did not end the friendship.
Okay.
The friendship technically it didn't end. It's just like we had like this big space in between time. We recently like kind of like working back towards like trying to, you know, be brothers again pretty much and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. So Miami didn't kill us like they usually say. Yeah.
Miami killed 2 friendships for me.
Well, yeah, it's I would say my number one trip was like going international, going to Barcelona and like Madrid. Yeah.
You always
That was because I wanted to be an architect and I was obsessed with the architecture of the city. And
forget that?
yeah,
It's
it's because it was before you two as well.
But I
So
was thinking, but you talk about those.
I talk about it so much that
You talk about it so much that I can't believe I forgot. But also the fact that like it was that trip, Miami trip was like the last of like you being like, you know, a kid, right? Even though you were like, what, 20, 21?
what to Miami. Mm-hmm. I was probably like 23.
So
No,
that's
22.
That's why I was like, oh, that's like probably one of, because, you know, you went without an adult, like without parents. You went
But I was used
just
to
with your
traveling
friends. You just went, you know, to party.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said that. But I completely forgot about.
Yeah, I was traveling dolo since I was solo tripping since I was like 15. Yeah, since I was 15, I was going to Paris. I went to Paris without my parents. And I think I say it enough in the vlogs that I don't have to talk about it now. But it's definitely one of those things that I like traveling. I like traveling a lot, and it's not hindering anything right now. But like being in parent mode kind of like slows that thing down. But as we're adjusting, we'll get better, and you know, everything is gonna fall into its place, and we'll start moving around like we used to, pretty much. So.
The next question, number 5, is what would I do with my money if I had all the money in the world?
Listen, I won't be here. Sorry, I answered first.
Ooh.
You're not supposed to answer for
I know. Right. Sorry, I messed up. Ouch. Next question.
I know, first off, we definitely going to be in IKEA more than we need to be. IKEA and Target if she had all the money in the world. But I feel like she would probably build her dream house.
Right.
Because, you know, the house just got, like the kitchen just got renovated. And finally got that island and everything she's always been so vocal about wanting
Yeah.
and everything. But I feel like if she had all the money in the world, she would literally invest in building her dream house.
Right.
When it comes to adding all the furniture she can that she feels fits with the house and everything. Yeah. She'll get her dream car.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, we have an unnecessary cluttered house full of stuff that she would always want. So I feel like she would buy everything that you want for the house, and then from then on out, it's just splurging like she does now. So
I thought Tati was a window. I thought you was.
She's both. Don't let her fool you. She's both. She
very
saves,
frugal.
but she also splurges,
Yeah.
and she battles with herself when she's about to buy something first, but then
Word
she
up.
ends up buying it anyway.
Yeah.
So
That's
like,
right.
when she drags me to IKEA, should I get this couch? I don't know. You choose to get it if you want to, but do you think it will look good in the room? Like, and I feel like any answer I give, we might just end up leaving with it. So,
Right.
yeah, I think if she had all the money in the world, she would definitely invest in her dream house.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. It's first of all, I just want to clarify that I would not have a cluttered house. I do not like clutter. I actually like things to be organized. I'm a very organized, clean person. That's one. Two, this is some life advice I'm going to plug in. I am a saver. In the pandemic, I saved. And then we've had a lot of life experience that Krystal and Jeffrey can attest to.
Yeah.
Where we're all at a point, I think, as our generations,
Yeah.
that are sitting here are at a point of like, don't hold on to that money because life is really way too short, and you don't want to just be in that mode of just saving, and then you never get to enjoy that money that you worked so very hard for.
Correct.
So I do think he's saying splurge because I think I've started saying yes. I think after I had a conversation with like Krystal, and just like after like life experiences that have happened, and just like conversations with like people that I've met, I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to always go back and forth and not do it. If I want it and I have it, just do it. Because like, God forbid something happens to me, I'm going to wish I had done those things. So why do we wait until that moment to be like, okay, I'm going to go bungee jumping. You know how people, when in those movies where the person has like a few hours to live, the first thing they do is go do all the things that they thought they wanted to do. Yeah. I don't want to be like that. And I guess, I don't know, I never really thought about what I would do if I had all the money, but
we got to confirm if I was right.
Yes, I'm about to do that right now. I'm going to say that you are right. I probably would get a house. I would probably build my dream house. And I really do want to own a daycare that serves, Black and brown children and families, providing them with like healthy resources and childcare. Those are things I would do if I had lots of money. So you're definitely correct. It would not be cluttered. It would actually be very minimal. I don't really want like a cluttered house, I actually like seeing and enjoying the space. Like the new island counter, our mother already putting stuff on it, and I'm just like, no, I want it to be clear and empty.
Yeah.
You gotta answer that.
Oh, my bad. I actually don't have a clue what you would do, so I've lost the point for us. I can't even take a guess because I just really don't know what you would do if you had all that money. So what would you do? I'm curious to know.
Actually, just buy a nice house, actually.
Oh, okay.
Just buy a nice house and a nice car, and then from then on out, just figure out where I'm going from. I don't really talk about what I would do if I had a lot of money, that's why. So, yeah, you lost the point for us. Thank you.
All right. Lavernas.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because there's so many things that you say you would do. I'm trying to pinpoint the number one thing. I would say, all right, can I say two answers? Can I give two? Can I give like a half and half? I would say personally, she would buy property and just build from there, right? Entrepreneur, I would say invest in what we're doing already, right? Which is LEA, and then build the school that we wanted to build in order for us to have the kids learning fashion and doing the video stuff in Black and brown communities and stuff like that. So
You are accurate.
okay.
For you, I think that one, you would buy our dream house, and we have a lot because we talk about this all the time. This is just a conversation that we have all the time. So I don't think there's just one answer. So like he said, he broke it down. I think he would buy the house that we always dreamed of, that we have a photo of, that we took one time when you were babysitting, and I came home from work. Yeah. And and I think also he would travel. He would also, like he said, we talked about opening a school for like kids, to be creative. I also think he'll buy
taking these curriculums out of schools. So it's just like, damn, kind of sucks.
I think he'd also splurge and buy a whole bunch of clothes. Because like you heard earlier, like we haven't gone shopping in however long. So I definitely think he would do that.
I'll go get that Goyard bag.
And I definitely think that he would buy our Tesla.
Oh, yeah. I would.
So.
And I would. And I'll donate the car that. Yeah.
And you donate.
And I'll donate the car that I have now. Even though it's brand new. I'm like, listen, give it to like a Black woman that's struggling as a single mom or something. Like, yo, just hold that down. It's paid for.
All right. The next question is, what was my favorite part of our first date?
Oh.
Look at Jason's eyes.
Ooh, is that really?
Do we even know?
I was about to say, does this even
know?
really count as a first date? Because the very first time I hung with you was with my sister as well.
It wasn't it. That wasn't a date.
That definitely was not a date. We had a few dates in Union Square. Mommy didn't know you was coming to see me, so that's we like literally just hung around Union Square. But I think does it have to be a first date or is it just a date in general?
Krystal's in shock right now.
First date.
Okay,
we
so
don't know.
would I say our first real? What about our first real date? Because like,
Whatever y'all consider is your real date.
I would consider our first real date is the day we went to the South Street Seaport, because you always tell me you wanted to go to that place that had that banana, the banana float, if I'm not mistaken, or banana, yeah.
What was our first date?
Banana Sunday. Listen, it gets blurred after a while.
Yes, it does.
It does get blurred after a while. We've had so many dates and everything.
I'm struggling.
That's why my eyes widened. I was like, damn. South Street Seaport, that had to have been in like 2013.
Before Hurricane Sandy.
So 2012. Yeah, definitely 2012. South Street Seaport. And we had a banana split. That was always her favorite date. And it sounds bad because I don't even remember eating a banana split that day. But I do remember parts of that date. So it was nice. So I think I could be wrong with that.
Okay. You are actually accurate. You were actually refreshed my memory, because I think that was our first real date, because like our relationship began differently because we started dating in high school, whereas the Vernas have been dating when they were in adulthood. So they might be able to pinpoint a first date better than two high school students who got together. Take this time now, Jeffrey,
word, that's how you feel?
That's how you
feel right now?
Take this time right now
just dug
to
it
comb
and
through
said,
your brain. But yes, it
I'm
was
combing.
a banana split from Haagen-Dazs, and it had like real bananas in it, because Haagen-Dazs, the store, they do it real big. They do it big or go home. So not like the cup wasn't big; it was like a regular sized cup, and they put fresh bananas in it and just like vanilla ice cream and I think chocolate syrup. You know what a banana split is, but not like that long banana. I wanted to clarify what it was. But yeah, that's my favorite date. For you, I don't know. I want to say the same thing too, because you like going there, and unfortunately, with Hurricane Sandy, it's not the same anymore. It got gentrified, got crazy over there, so it doesn't have the same feel. So we never got to redo that date ever. So I do have to say that that's also your favorite date as well, because that's the one date we just can't recreate. And if it's not that one, it would have to be like going to Asuka Sushi, but I'm going to say South Seaport as my final answer.
It's definitely South Street Seaport, because Asuka Sushi we just started going to this year.
Okay. Jeffrey?
God was on my side, Lord. When I mean God was on my side, God, I should have never said it out loud. So, I should have played poker the whole time. I was stressing, but I knew the camera would have seen me stressing. Oh my gosh! You know how far back I had to think. I had to think about the time that I walked to AX and bagged you, and then talk to you, and then not call you back. And then we reconnected, and then I finally realized that our first date was the ice skating. Thank you, God. Thank you,
We
God.
just talked about that the other day.
Woo! We did? I don't even
Didn't
remember
I
talking
tell
about
you
it the
to
other day.
break your
My
brain? That just tells
goodness.
to comb that
What's my
brain.
favorite part?
Wow. That
It
was...
You're
That was
welcome.
intense. Yes, thank you. Good.
He's
Lord.
getting impatient.
Give me this.
What?
1 second.
Listen,
One second.
you gonna cuss me out?
We even retook a picture, but with Lucas when he was born.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
so
just
I
saying.
don't understand. How could he have forgotten where our first date was?
Jeffrey, you about to be.
Listen,
you
I
about-
remember.
You about to go from
Yeah,
here
to that
back
end. Yeah,
down.
she's gonna be like, write my ass on the wall again. Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
But yeah, it's definitely I would say just because we literally just hung out. It was just a hangout. We ice skated, we held hands, and yeah, we took pictures with the disposable camera. That's the only thing that
What's my favorite part?
your favorite part was ice skating and holding hands. Let's say that. Gosh.
My favorite part is you getting the camera and us taking the photo.
The disposable Kodak.
Yeah, it was a disposable camera, and we had to get it developed. So I think your favorite part of that date was just spending the moment with me on the ice, doing something different, because I'd never ice skate. Well, I did ice skate senior trip, my senior trip in high school, but as a date, it was never a date, and I've never done anything like it. Like all I did was like movies and dinner, and that was it. So I think it's just spending time and doing something different for me as the date, being spontaneous and seeing my excitement. So if that makes sense. Do you understand what I'm saying or no?
I
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes. I understand. I understand.
Am I
I
accurate?
understand. Yeah, I would say, because the moment I was looking for was that holding hand moment when we was ice skating, because I knew ice skating would cause that to happen. So I was just like, she was playing hard to get, so I was just like, all right, I'm gonna get her.
You played this move.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ice skating. No movies. We could talk. We could do this. We could do that. So I was just like, yeah.
They do say
Yeah.
movies are a terrible first date because
Yeah.
it limits getting to know the other person.
Yeah, it definitely was. Like, would be if we did that. So, and Bryant Park was free, so I was lit. At that time. It was the first year that they did that thing that they do every year. So it's just like every time I see it, I'll be like, oh, okay, 16 years or 17 years, stuff like that. So it was cool seeing it. This year we couldn't be there though. But we went back with Lucas and Millie, right?
No, just Lucas. I think we joined y'all that time, didn't we?
Well, they've come back a time. They've gone back after us.
We've gone back, but we haven't gone to
We went with all of them last year.
Yeah, but we haven't gone and take a picture
With
them
all,
in
yeah.
that specific
Spot,
like
yeah.
we did with Lucas.
Yeah. Cool. Never know. Next winter we could just go up.
All right. So number 7, what's my favorite holiday?
Christmas. I could be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, it's definitely Christmas because she loves the feel of the holiday season and the festivities and sitting decorating the room like a young Miriam. So I could be wrong, but I definitely say Christmas is her favorite holiday.
Yeah, Christmas is my favorite holiday. And if you watch this YouTube channel called Being Chris, she talks about our life growing up. Christmas is our holiday. Like waking up to like fresh baked bread, smoked herring, saltfish, eggs, bacon, all things like that. And the house is decorated. We had a lot of presents under the tree, or like. Sometimes we would even travel to Maryland to like visit our other family members. So it's like Christmas time. Like when I was a kid, I knew it was like, it's going to be lit. Them 2 weeks off from school was always lit. So Christmas is. For you, I feel like that you don't have one, and I probably am wrong, but you're not a big holiday or birthday person. So I feel like you don't have a favorite, but I'm probably wrong. But based off of like, the last few years, that's how I would say. I don't think you have a favorite. And if you do, I would just take a wild guess and say like Christmas, but I don't think you have one. So my final answer is you don't have one, and I'm probably wrong.
She is actually absolutely correct. I don't have a favorite holiday. The pressure of Christmas is frustrating enough because I'm always trying to decide, what am I getting this person for a gift this year? Who am I getting gifts for this year? Mm-hmm. And she's also right about my birthday. I don't like celebrating my birthday. So, yeah, I don't have a favorite holiday.
Christmas. It's just hands down.
Absolutely. Everything my sister said is accurate. And he knows. He knew from the first year we were dated, which was only 2 months in, and it was Christmas.
Yeah.
I think your favorite holiday is it's a tie, just because I feel like it was New Year's, just because of like how you would be with your family in Queens. You know, and it was like always like a celebration, like before we had kids and stuff like that. And he was always partying and stuff with his brothers, his older brothers. But I feel like it would be Christmas Eve, because for him, Christmas Eve is the time when they open presents. So I'm going to say back then, Christmas Eve, because we've only been celebrating a couple of Christmases together, right? Because before we had kids and stuff, right? We haven't exceeded that time span yet. So I'm going to say Christmas Eve, but I could be wrong. I'm going to say Christmas Eve, final answer.
I actually don't have a favorite. Yeah, it's just, I just enjoy, if I had to choose like a holiday, yeah, it would be Christmas. But no like crazy looking forward to or anything like that. Like, but I like the holidays though. You know, it gives you time to be present with your family. But other than that, it's just the holidays. And as an adult, a parent, all I see is money.
Going down the drain.
It's going.
It's the brokest time of the year for me. That's all.
It's going straight down in the shredder, like yeah, get paid.
All right, so just to check in, I think the engaged couple is winning. They have 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Not yet.
And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So y'all 2 ahead of us. Number 8, we only have 3 more questions. So number 8 is...
I'm about to get this W here. I ain't losing.
What's my favorite restaurant?
Oh, shit.
Hold on. Past, present, or future. This has to be specific.
To be
This
fair,
has- yeah.
because this is going to be.
This
I got
has
a
to
list
be
of restaurants
specific.
right now in my head that I'm.
Present right now.
Are we speaking like fast?
Present right now, but just because it's present right now doesn't mean that a new restaurant she had 2 days ago might be her favorite restaurant. I'm just giving you a heads up.
I'm just saying, you know, the only restaurant we've been to is that.
So are we speaking fast food or just restaurant in general?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. Just trying to grub.
One though.
Well, we definitely.
Categories.
Okay. All right. We definitely can't say Asuka Sushi because we only been there like 2-3 times. Favorite restaurant right now is Chick-fil-A. It's definitely Chick-fil-A.
I'm laughing because I was so nervous that you were gonna say the wrong answer because like I'm very flip floppy when it comes to food, so that's why I thought you were gonna say the wrong answer. But my current fave is Chick-fil-A, and my favorite thing at Chick-fil-A is the waffle fries. I could care less about the meat. I just want the fries. Give me a waffle fry and a sweet tea or just water or the milkshake. I just started drinking their milkshakes, even though I really can't drink dairy, but I just like waffle fries. Yeah. Your favorite? Let me think very quickly. I want to say it could be, there's like a variety of different things. It could be like, I want to say S-Mac because that one we just started trying that one. That face, oh Lord.
Nope, that's
Chipotle or Cava.
final answer.
Chick-fil-A. These are all really good ones.
Yeah, to take a final answer. Think of a favorite.
Chick-fil-A. Final answer. Final answer, Alex.
Okay, she's correct on Chick-fil-A because I be trying to build my points as much as possible, and like even when I come out here to like visit my best friend, I tell her like the first thing I do is I get out the airport, I either go to Chick-fil-A, or if I'm coming back to New York, depending on what day it is, I go to Chick-fil-A, or because their breakfast is the best though. But yeah. It's definitely Chick-fil-A above everything.
Got you. Your favorite? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna say home cooked food. No, I'm playing. Yeah, it's just V Green that we going to right now. So I'm just like, damn.
That is not my favorite restaurant. My favorite restaurant is Nacho Macho Taco.
I'm talking about present.
Present, still present to this day.
Present. I'm talking about have access to.
No. Present me. That's why I gave you the cheat code. I said
I know that, but I'm just saying. All right, so
it would have been Blockheads, but Blockheads
you know what's
closed.
so funny? Just to give you a little hint, same thing goes.
Okay, so I think your favorite restaurant is Natural Blends.
Yes, there we go. Very good. Money in the bank. Yeah.
Okay, so number 9. What accomplishment am I most proud of?
Well, besides being a teacher, I would say her like what she's most proud of is like establishing a life for herself and everything. So it's like she has a good job, you know, she saves money properly, she has a good relationship, at least I hope. Yeah, so I think her biggest accomplishment is probably her job, and that's really about it.
You said my job. Final answer? Okay. Yeah, I would have to say that is my biggest accomplishment. And not because it's a quote unquote good job, but because the fact that I was able to go through college, and it was tough. Like tough in the sense of like they make you take these classes. It's hard to feel like almost like a scam, and it felt like, when am I going to start my major? Like, I thought when you go to college, ignorantly, you just go and you do your major. Like, why have to spend a whole semester or basically 2 semesters doing nonsense? And then I had to also was forced to take a minor or a concentration because at my college you did your major and a concentration. So it's like I basically ended up becoming a double major. So to make it through and then to get a job, I'd never thought that'd be possible because I low-key think I have social anxiety. So things like job interviews and looking for jobs and like that bring great anxiety to me. And it's just like, So I'm very proud of myself for being able to not finesse, but like move through that because of my struggles with my social anxiety, I think.
Yeah. That's big.
For you, I don't know. It could be learning to drive because I don't think you ever thought that you would learn how to drive. Or it could be proposing to me. I have to pick one, right? Oh, man.
One.
Learning how to drive. Final answer so that we're not talking so long. Go ahead. I'm probably wrong, though, but go ahead. I am.
Unfortunately, you are wrong. Proposing actually was number one because that was a huge step for me. So that was number one because I didn't see myself really doing that like a couple of years ago, and then boom, 2 to 3 years later, look where I'm at now.
I'm gonna give you that, Tati, because you said it. I'm gonna just give you that point.
Driving is number 3.
Oh, you just giving away points now.
No,
huh?
I'm
I'm here taking L's, and then you talking about, oh yeah, that's a cute point. Nah, the scoreboard is the scoreboard. Okay. I'm here. This is something called win.
The reason why the proposal is like the biggest part because Tana knows that I am not really like an expressive. Like I express myself, but when I'm excited about things, I don't show that I'm excited. So like when she gives me a Christmas gift or something, I'll just say thank you and I'll smile, but I won't be like, oh my God, this amazing gift. But then when she said yes, I was so happy to call my mom, my dad, my sister. I was happy to tell my grandmother, and hearing my grandmother be so happy that, oh my God, he's engaged, and her words, I can't wait to tell everybody. And I'm telling like all these family members, like I've never seen myself that excited to share that information.
Got you.
So that's why that was like my number one accomplishment.
What's number 2?
That my job, that I'm finally in a good place with them. So
that too.
like,
those are my top 3.
Yeah, like full-time work with them, and it seems like I'm getting somewhere.
Yeah.
On a occupational level, rather than being at minutiae and a dead end and stressing 24/7. So
got you.
Tell about your MacBook with the touch bar.
They
you got a better computer.
they gave me a whole new brand 2020 MacBook.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, I need to get high. What up, son? What up, baby?
Right? I don't even got that with the touch bar. I don't even got that.
Swing that
So,
over
like,
here.
Got a set pay difference, $7 pay difference within a year, and then I'm a management position within a year. So that's my second biggest accomplishment.
Yeah.
Driving is definitely third though. So,
That's good, man. Congrats, man. It's a process. It was a hustle, for sure. Your biggest accomplishment? I'm dropping 3 kids.
Dang.
No, I would say ever in life, I would put your fashion show there. But if you want to talk about non-entrepreneur stuff, I would just say,
You gotta pick one thing.
listen, oh no, you're going to give me half the point. You're going to give me half. Okay. You're going to give me half the point.
Give it to them.
I have to pick one. Biggest accomplishment. Krystal Cox or Krystal Verna?
Either one. It's still the same person.
Oh, man. Biggest accomplishment. Homeschooling your kids.
I was going to say taking a leap in following my goals and my dreams. Because if I didn't, we wouldn't be here. So, like, for example, the item that I'm talking about is quitting my job. And that's the leap. Because we wouldn't be here if I didn't take that leap.
You're damn right.
That was the turning point. That was the crossroad. That's the leap I'm talking about.
You're damn right.
Dang it, so we don't get a point for that one.
That was funny.
Okay, your greatest accomplishment is
My greatest accomplishment, what I think myself.
that you're proud of is I have no idea because I feel like
Didn't try.
you're not happy with your progress in your career. But greatest accomplishment, I'll just say your kids. I'll say your kids. Your kids are your greatest accomplishment because you're a
That
big
is.
family person, and I'm gonna say your kids.
That's it.
Okay.
It was.
The only reason why I knew that is because you always say stuff about family, like my kids, man, my kids, you know. All right, last but not least, the final question. If I chose, let me just give a backstory. When I saw this question, I was like, should I write this out? And I was like, yeah, because, Tana's a reader. Jeffrey's always talking about this. Like, I should write a book, man. I should write a book. So if I wrote a book, what would it be about?
I thought this was going to go somewhere else.
Me too. I thought it was going to be like a really, really
Or like
deep, like, everybody going to bed mad at each other type question.
I was here waiting, like, yeah, where the punchline at?
Sweating.
Yeah.
The punchline is there's no punchline?
Nah, but you good, you good.
This is actually a tough one because I feel like you would write a book about your life. Just like from what you went through as a kid to how everything has transitioned for you as an adult and how much things have changed and how much of a change you've made in your life personally. Mm-hmm. So I do feel like if you ever wrote a book, it'd be about your life. I might be wrong now.
Is that your final answer?
It is.
I've actually wrote stories before, so this is an interesting question. I would not write a book about myself because I'm just not the kind of person to write a book about myself. Like, not that my life is not interesting. I just wouldn't write a book about myself. It would my first book would probably be like a romantic book, or like told through somebody. Like, I'd have a character that I would really build. Well, like, I have a story that I'm trying to, like, I've been writing for years. Like, I've been adding to it and then leaving it alone and coming back to it. And I was just reading it the other day. Yeah, I was just reading it the other day. I made a YouTube video. You watched it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you've all
Sorry,
seen it.
it's been a
Yeah.
while.
So it's like, I made a YouTube video about it. So it's just like, if I could write a book, that'd be the book that I would write.
Yeah.
Hopefully it would be a bestseller. Like
Right.
Colleen Hoover and
Scott.
Sarah Dessen and Lucas Scott and who else? What's another good one? Dan Brown. I don't know, all them people. Yeah. What would you write a book about? I have no clue. I don't foresee you. You like to write things. I feel like it'd be like a poetry book or a book about your life. Like, not poetry, like rhyming poetry, like Shakespeare. It'd probably be like free verse poetry that tells a story about your like feelings and yourself that you can't really express verbally, but you're able to in written context. I don't know. That's my final answer. I could be wrong though.
She's actually correct. Because I actually do have a second Instagram page. Oh, yeah, no. Like, during the
My
pandemic,
dude got
I
a burner
created-
account.
I created a
Wow.
second Instagram page, and I wrote out, like, my traumas
Gotcha.
from growing up. Like, I'll follow you guys so you can see it. I just, like, signed in on it today again because it's been a while. But I do like to write about my feelings because it's hard for me to express how I feel about things because I grew up in a family where I was told to shut up if I was ever feeling a certain way. So
Got you. Yeah.
during the pandemic, I taught myself to like write out my feelings, and that made me come to terms with a lot of things. Yeah. So I reactivated the page today again because I think I'm going to start writing again. Mm-hmm. But she's right. I would write about myself, but probably less directly about myself and more through like how she would do it through a character or something. So like
Correct.
envision myself as this person and then just like see where I can go from there.
Yeah, that'll be yeah. That'll be dope for sure.
Definitely could make it a movie.
He could.
You're damn right. Sure. You? I'll go. Me first.
That's what we've been doing from 1 through 9.
A book Krystal would write. I'm gonna just say you're gonna write about yourself. Lord, if I pass this time, she tell me no because she got the no face. Lord,
That is not accurate. I would write fiction and I would write a romance novel. That's all I used to read on. Remember when I would go to the library and get the books and read on the train to go to work?
Yeah.
Or mystery, like I'll write a mystery. Or like, look at all the shows I watch. I would watch a mystery. Write a mystery.
Y'all
Or
are romantic.
I would write like a teen drama, like a teen drama of like,
Gossip Girl.
like Gossip Girl or something, Come on now, Jeffrey. You should know that. I definitely know that you would write a book about your life and it would be an autobiography through Jeffrey Verna. He would be the main character, but it would really detail his Parkside journey and all the crazy things that happen on Parkside. And then also like kind of like becoming a man, like, and kind of seeing like where he could have, kind of like where he could have been, but he didn't end up that route. But he's seen so many people that have, gone the other way. That's what I think the book would be about.
You don't have to pass it back.
I was right. He's saying I'm accurate. So
Why the men out here being vulnerable and these girls is out here
Writing
talking about
romance and stuff.
because I speak about my emotions, I tell you
goodness. And
all
us
this stuff.
men,
So
we
I don't
just
think
be
I need
holding
I don't think I need an autobiography. I would rather just have like I would rather have a documentary than have a book written about me.
But it's similar.
Or me writing a book about myself. Because I feel like I'm not a person that likes to read nonfiction. I'm not a person who likes to read historical stuff. Only when I'm like confused about something and I want to learn more, then I will go and do the research. Or when I'm talking about something and I want to make sure I'm accurately, stating facts, then I will do the research and it intrigues me to dive in more. But if I'm just joyfully picking up a book, it's not going to be a autobiography. It's not going to be a nonfiction book. It's going to be fiction, so I can figure out the mystery or the love or the romance or whatever, because that's what intrigues me. But thank you so much, Montana and Jason, for joining us on this podcast. It was wonderfully. Is that if it makes sense? Wonderfully. It was wonderful to have you guys here on our podcast, on our channel.
First
guest, and many, many more. And I just want to say congratulations to you guys. Thank you for being part of this journey in our community in Georgia, visiting us. And thank you so much for, loving on our kids and, making them very excited, because obviously if they didn't have those feelings to y'all, we wouldn't have our date night, right? So thank you, God, right, that you guys, make them the way they are, especially even on the phone, right? And and Jason, we're so happy to have you. Be a part of our family and, get to know you more.
Signed, sealed, and delivered?
I think so.
And
And
was that in a song?
I think so. I'm not sure.
and we were the first ones to know. So don't be hating on us.
No,
We were the first ones to know they got engaged, and I'm so happy, to be part of your community, and we are always here for you guys,
You weren't the first one to know.
Yes, I was.
No, he was not.
Who was?
Jason's dad.
No, actually, he was the third one to know.
I was the first
She
one
was
to
she was
know.
literally the first one to know because she helped me with this whole situation.
Exactly. Get it together.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Hello.
was thinking about the video only. That's
No, my dad was third. My mom was first. My mom was like, "Don't call your father second. Call your grandmother."
Oh my gosh.
that stays here, or we could.
Nah, you can keep it there. That's fine.
And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Do you have anything else to say? Jeffrey's very
No, there's no poetic nothing here, okay? All right, yo, nah, congrats for real. Like, yo, welcome, I guess. Welcome to the journey, I guess, because it's not gonna feel new. It's just gonna feel like something else just evolved. So, just enjoy the journey. Like, yo, obviously everyone says like, yo, it's not perfect, but as long as y'all got each other's back, that's what matters, yo. Because literally that's you protecting you and vice versa. So, yeah, just hold it down and, push through. Because, we all got our issues or whatever, and we're all growing at the same time. So just making sure that we hold each other accountable for our growth together, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that should be good, though.
Well, I look forward to this. See where we go next.
Yeah, man.
If I ever come crying, yeah, I know just something's wrong.
Nah, we hold you down too, man. Like, yo, don't feel like it's one-sided because, this is like, you're entering like Tana's community too. So it's just like, just know that we're here to support you too throughout the whole process too. So it's not one-sided where we're just gonna, take Tana aside for whatever the case may be, So it's just like we look at it both ways.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that's how it should be, So yeah, don't feel like you're alone. Like we here to provide whatever questions you guys may have, or don't be afraid to ask us anything. We're not perfect either, so we're still learning along the way too. So yeah, we're still students. We're all students. So yeah, man.
I like that line. We're all students.
Yeah. Yeah,
We just got to get through year 11.
right.
Apparently, I don't think. Have you ever heard that? I probably saw it on my own, but they said that apparently the main years that a couple like commonly breaks up is the 11th year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
dang.
it's like
We pushed through.
I'm sure we'll be fine, but I'm just like,
They say when you're married, it's the 7th year itch. And
Really?
Yeah.
Year 7?
Yeah, year 7.
What year are you on? Even though you
We're about to be 6.
Oh, okay.
No,
No,
babe.
we're
What's wrong
5.
with you?
I said we're 5. We're 6. We're 7. We're 7.
Wait, what?
Hold on.
You jumped
We
mad
got married
numbers.
9. Year 9, because we did something not so smart. We should have just got married in 2016, and just leave it at that. So it could be a 10-year difference from 2009, and I wouldn't be dealing with that odd number. Everything in my life,
the odd numbers.
everything in my life is
I
even.
like that too. Yes,
Everything in my
yes.
life is even. 2006 we started dating.
Give me
10
this.
years
This is the
would have been
7th
2009.
And this is the 7th year where he messed up
Listen.
our anniversary.
Yeah, so we getting through it. Okay, we getting through it. Nothing wrong. Okay.
That's 7. Okay.
Gosh.
That's funny.
Yes, it's the 7th year. If you count 2015,
Yeah,
2020, 2021, 2022, we
that
just turned
9
7.
just destroys everything. Okay?
Yeah.
It just messes up everything. The odd number, because we got even months, even our years is even, like as far as like birth. 88,
Except
86.
Nash.
Nash is the only one that wanted to be the rebel that he is. He should have came the week of Christmas or today or the 30th, 31st. Would have been fine. Last day I was begging for the boy to come out. I said, come out, please. Just drop. Do something. Boy said, nah, 6 days in, I'm going to just let it rock. I'm going to just let it rock into,
And that
2019.
fits his
Like,
personality. Because he's
Yeah.
like the little troll
Rebel.
of our community.
Troll, son. But all in all,
We're ending.
yeah,
Yes.
it's a wrap.
anything
Krystal
else
want me to
to say?
close out the
That
show.
was it. Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
No, for sure,
I
man.
can't
It was
wait to
fun.
watch it.
I
Yes.
can't wait to see what the next podcast is going to be about.
Right after
For
this,
all
one.
of us, at least. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
the next time we come visit.
Definitely, that is true. That is true. We could do it online too. Figure out a way.
I think we should try that.
Yeah,
At least once.
do it. Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
You can get a microphone for a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work.
See, this is the problem we always have. We never know how to end it.
Yes.
Because we keep talking.
All right, it's a wrap, y'all. We out.
Feel the love, guys.
Hey, I'm Jeffrey.
I'm Krystal, and you're just chilling with JK. We are a married couple
With 3 beautiful kids.
from Brooklyn, New York. Come chill as we discuss
Whatever the we want.